Good morning and welcome. It's a warm, very, very, very warm morning for you for a Thursday here. This is another brand new episode for you. It's your #1 breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Woohoo!
And every day, when I wake up, I see myself as someone that matters. You know, look at it this way. You're living, you occupy space, you have mass, hence you matter. You see what I did there?
Yeah,
matter, mass, space, you get it?
Yeah, let's not get into too much of the physics and everything. But welcome, Wake Up Nigeria here. And hey, being in your uniqueness takes a certain amount of mastery, by the way.
It does, actually.
Be a bit more intentional so you don't, fumble. And even if you do fumble, just a little chuckle at yourself and then move on real quick.
So we're trying to refine what is in you, especially because we deliver quite a lot of great stuff every single morning. Hopefully when you wake up and you see us, you get wrapped into the right world every single morning.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. We all need a lazy day in between the week. Now, don't we? I had mine yesterday, but I'll create mine maybe again over the weekend. And then after that, 2 weeks of greatness.
I actually think it's a health requirement now. I think we should start petitioning companies to give a lazy day at work.
Absolutely.
Maybe unpaid.
Ask HR maybe this morning. If you get fired, don't say we told you. In any case, we think we're more than enough to, compensate you if you are in those moods that you're not really, don't want to get out of bed. We'll help you get out of bed this morning. Yeah. Welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria. You can take us with you any single place that you want to go.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell them how they can, please.
Of course, we are streaming this show live on tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can also watch us live on GOTV Channel 27 and UHF Channel 49.
Absolutely. We're available on that download, so please go there. Click. It's absolutely free. On social media, please remember now we are at TVC Connect across all the social media platforms. And of course, if you want to send in messages, please use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'd love to read them.
We do, especially when you tag us. My name is Titilaya Onyisa.
My name is Mazino Appeal. Please tag me too.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin for a Thursday, shall we? Tell them.
We are going to be looking at the world of tech, checking out some of the latest inventions and innovations happening in the tech space. Stay close.
Right after that, we will be having a mini art exhibition, and joining us to showcase her art pieces is Ganiyat Abdulaziz. She's a visual artist, and she's quite the talker too. Can't wait to meet her again.
Classical.
The day. Yeah.
Classical music. Yeah.
Power of music. I think we underestimate it. And it's just very funny because only just this morning, Mike, you weren't here. I've been playing one track consistently all day.
When you say who, I don't think any of us does.
Well, yeah, I mean, generally.
Okay.
I saw this video of this old ballerina. Okay. And they put a couple of earplugs in her ear and played music to her. Once she used to dance to when she was younger.
Okay.
She was suffering from Alzheimer's. But at that moment, she could remember every single move. And it's just so beautiful.
Wow.
What's your Biggest track of all times, Mike? Mike?
All time.
Of all time.
That's impossible.
No, try. Just give me one. It'll give us a sense of your
It's hard.
Just one or two if
True to Your Heart, Mulan.
Mulan, True to Your Heart. Okay,
really?
what's yours?
I don't know. That's because it's my alarm. That's why.
What's yours?
So the song I know that draws a lot of emotion from me every time I hear it, and I didn't understand why, was the soundtrack from Titanic.
Okay.
Celine Dion's
That's a
My
core
Heart
memory.
Will Go On.
That's a core memory for you.
It as soon as I hear it, goosebumps.
Yeah.
Just something starts happening, and I don't get it.
The music
but
tells you your personality.
Really?
It shows that you're very emotional and empathetic.
Oh gosh.
For Mike, he just wants to be happy, Sha. That's what I think.
You understand?
For
Just
me, the one track I'll say the best of all time would be Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Really?
Dun, dun,
So the beat of that song,
love it.
timeless.
Absolutely. Love it.
But it really, it's going to be hard to pick one, man. There's a lot depend on. So for me now, when I checked my rap, the app I was using, when I checked the rap for the year, I found out that out of the 5 categories, I had 3 classical, and that's because most of the time before I go to sleep, there's a kind of song I play, and I just tell them to choose. Okay, give me slumber playlist, and then they bring up an automatic slumber playlist. There's a slumber jazz playlist which I normally like. Slumber jazz.
Goodness me.
You just get yourself.
The reason why we're talking about this earlier today, I was playing Oceans, Hillsong.
Hillsong's
I just
Ocean.
discovered it. I think it's going
He
to be
didn't
my
know
list
that.
of biggest tracks
Of all time, yeah.
Love it, absolutely. I'm going to play it in the next few seconds after we're done.
It's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Messi-Keno. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu, says there is no plan to postpone the general election. He said that the timetable for the elections stands as the commission presents a clean voters register of 93,469,008 to political parties in Abuja. TVC News senior correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
Section 10, subsection 6 of the newly enacted Electoral Act mandates INEC to present a clean register of would-be voters to political parties well ahead of any election.
So I present this to your party.
Bros, take it easy now.
It is in fulfillment of this provision that INEC is meeting with representatives of political parties. Nigeria now has 93,469,008 registered voters. Lagos State takes the lead with 7,060,195, and it is followed by Kano with 5,921,370, while Kaduna is just behind with 4,335,208 registered voters. In the last 48 hours, INEC has been at the center of discussions regarding its fears that rising insecurity may compel a shift in the 2023 general election, which is about 6 weeks away. This has generated widespread reactions, even from the government of the day, which insists nothing will jeopardize the elections.
The repeated assurance by the security agencies for the adequate protection of personnel, materials, and processes also reinforces our determination to proceed. The 2023 general election will hold as scheduled.
The political parties applaud the efforts of the Commission so far and promise their continued support towards achieving set goals.
Political parties have resolved to ensure that we cooperate with the Commission to ensure that the Commission have a smooth and successful election.
We've been campaigning for the past almost 1 year now. And we have a set target of the election coming on the 25th of February for the first one, second one on the 11th of March. So it's a welcome development, and we are excited that INEC keeps the timetables.
The situation in Anambra was tensed, but the Commission went ahead with the cooperation of other political parties and then held the election. The atmosphere now is more peaceful than what we had during the Anambra governorship election. So there's no reason whatsoever why the election will not hold.
The coast is getting clearer, with 11 out of the 14 scheduled activities of INEC for the 2023 elections now executed. Nigeria now has over 93 million registered voters as attention shifts to PVC collection, which is slated to end on the 22nd of this month. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Hello and good morning. Welcome. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We're going to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Today is January 12th. It's a Thursday, and we're starting with the Daily Trust. This is the major headline here. It says elections will hold as scheduled, Buhari assures. No postponement, say INEC. Youth top registered voters, and commission begins airlift of sensitive materials. Just beneath the masthead there, it says, don't sell your votes. General Absalami charges electorate. Kebi abduction, parents selling properties to pay 100 million naira ransom. And Zazao Emirate dismisses palace aid over gang rape. We still have a few more stories here. It says US-Nigeria flights disrupted after American system glitch. Ganduje Kano will repeat 1993 presidential election feat. And that's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. We also have a few other papers with us. Let's see what's happening on the cover of the Punch. It says here, INEC final list. Northwest, Southwest top 93 million voter register. Lagos has 7,060,195 voters. Kano has 5,921,370 voters. Kaduna, 4,335,208. INEC rules out postponement, says no going back on poll timetable. It also says right at the top left there, PDP seeks alliance with 11 parties. UK shut Obi's company over account issues. INEC can't be trusted for credible poll, says Shore. It also says here, marketers project 6-month fuel scarcity. Jailing my husband's killer will caution drunk drivers. CCTV exposes Ogun Hotel murder suspect. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
You're welcome back. It's time for What's Up and About. And What's Up and About, except that, hey, most people are grumbling over their status come January, every single January. We're talking about surviving the remaining 6 weeks of January.
6 weeks, Mazino.
Yes, indeed, 6 weeks. And perhaps Titi is going to be giving us a few tips on
Oh, wow.
But let's first of all go to the genesis of this. The genesis of all of this is at the very beginning of the year, when you don't plan out what's going to happen toward the end of the year and you don't save up enough. Because we all know what happens inside of December. Whether you're celebrating it, the Yuletide or not, there's always that opportunity for you to spend a bit more. Mike said something last week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, and then I actually lived it through the holidays.
Wow.
Never go for family retreats if you're broke. I'll tell you why. That's where all the cousins and nieces and nephews all are at. And at the end of our retreat, they all attacked me.
They
put me
gathered
in the corner,
you.
and they're like,
Uncle Mazino.
I hate that word now.
You can't dodge it, man.
Uncle.
So
I don't want to be an uncle anymore.
Mike, you don't have kids. It's when the fact you don't have kids. You don't have responsibility. You have to see them. There are plenty. Yeah, one after the other. Okay, you are ready.
Let me tell you, yeah.
They'll queue up.
So I said to them, hey, tell you guys, well, why don't you call me later? I didn't know. I thought I was talking to one person. Hey,
No.
goddamn, man. They've been calling me since, like, Uncle Z. I was like, what is it? You people think money drops out of the tree? The remaining 6 weeks of January are still ahead of me. I want to give it. But don't you guys worry. Your dear uncle's got you. How are you managing the remaining 6 weeks of January?
The truth is, they say, obviously, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, you know. But no matter how much you plan, things always just seem to pop up. So you need to start planning for this in December. You need to lock something away. Some people have...
I say from October, actually. Start planning since before October.
Really?
Yeah.
For January?
Plan for January since before October.
Wow, all these things he's saying, you mean?
Everybody's high has already gone. Why you go tell somebody now that he's thinking of my salary? Why you go tell the person?
Okay.
And you know, the thing, like you said, December is already, I think, too late to plan already.
Yeah.
So just start planning ahead in the year. And I don't, at this point, man, if you're already there, the issues are what can be done.
You can only plan ahead for the end of this year. If you're already there, it's
One thing you need to make sure you try not to do is try not to fall into the trap of the money lenders. Now, the money lenders are advertising in full force.
Yes, they are.
They're throwing ads out. Oh, school fees time. Things. You're getting calls, messages.
Look,
try your best
house
to
rent
hold
for
on.
rent.
You see,
Exactly.
you see something about lending
Borrowing
money.
from Peter to pay Paul.
You see the thing about borrowing money, there's no rich person that in some way or the other, or no big firm
That
has not borrowed or is not borrowing.
The
I mean,
richer
countries
you
borrow.
are, the more access you have to money.
You have to money. But you see, for the consumer, the normal person who is out there, especially with the loan apps that you have now, it's easily accessible. And then, like you said, intentionally, there's a plethora of messages coming out at this point in time. Hey, take 5,000. I saw something from a bank, and they said, oh, you are now eligible for advance salary.
I know one
eligible.
At this time,
eligible.
there's a time when I wanted his income. It's not legibility.
But I'll tell you one way that I have actually circumvented any wahalas inside of January, especially at the end of January, is this. If you people know what the thrift collection, Ajo, it's a very good thing if you are the final taker.
In December or January.
But it depends on who people give their Ajo to. You can give the Ajo as December person.
Be careful now. So I belong to a very interesting group. And we've been doing this for the better part of half of a decade. I mean, 6 years, and it's unwavering. It's very, very solid.
Wow.
So I always plan to be the last person and either take it in January or in December, and that kind of like helps out a whole lot. So, but don't be greedy. Don't be the first person to go and I want it to
But somebody has to be.
Somebody has to be. But personally,
if everybody just waits,
the penultimate or the last person is the best.
So one thing
you know you're saving.
One thing I will say is that sadly, banks have become a little less reliable in terms of being able to access your money immediately or being able to get what you need at the right time. talking POS transaction issues, all those online issues we've been having. Because everybody knows somebody who has had a POS transaction go wrong.
Same in that one, Seth. There's this lady that was crying.
Yeah.
Of this particular bank. I had, oh God, there's just...
Yeah.
She had a story.
To call them.
She said
4 million. And
Wow.
it just went in what? It was a case of an hour. In fact, less than an. The
And
money
it was
just
just
went.
gone.
She complained about the fact that she was saving at home and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But when she
And-
brought it to the bank,
But
it
That
went.
was when-
the
oh,
funny
gosh.
thing is that you have a daily limit of 1 million. So
how
how is
did
it that
4
somebody
million?
takes 3 million at one? It was 3 point something at once.
Wow.
And then 200.
And
And then
200.
10,000. 12,000 was the last one.
Oh,
And she's left with less than 5,000 or so,
Wow.
according to her.
sad.
Like, about
sad.
that one, we'll kind
So, I am of the opinion that you need to have a financial advisor. Now, you might think you are paying people money to tell you how to spend your money, but trust me, those guys know what they're doing and they know all the secrets. So, actually ask actual advice on how to manage large amounts of money so that it doesn't just go poof.
Well, for me, someone said that all these things have been happening with banks, but we know now because of social media. So my point is that
Yeah.
I know that when you tag at Send Bank, that's at the central bank,
Yeah.
CENBANK,
Yeah.
at Send Bank, and I know the ICPC handle
Yeah.
on Twitter with
Yeah.
a complaint.
Yeah.
When you have a bank complaint, so Send Bank, ICPC handle, tag both of them, tag the bank. Send them messages,
You will
call
get-
out, cry out.
you will get
That's
the
what we need
response.
social media for. That's what they did, so that those unscrupulous practices by the banks
And
stops.
hopefully. All
Let's
right
do a
then,
short break
guys.
now, yes?
But I'm going to pray that your finances shall be increased in the name of Jesus. Don't worry. Money is coming, people.
Work hard, though.
During this break, money is going to hit your account. Let's go. Welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria Kitchen. Featuring Chef Shebotimo. Supertown Concept in the building. We appreciate you. Happy New Year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We thank God. Thank God. We're starting a good way. You've made me hungry this early, Momo. I was trying to fast this morning, but I was trying to. Well, it's true. I will. I'm so encouraged by what I'm seeing right now.
Okay.
A combination of very fragrant ingredients, things that all smell good and taste good when they're all put together. You're the one that's cooking, though.
They're making me to look as if she does be ready and we should eat, you know?
Okay, so what we need to do now is talk about what we're making.
Yeah. We are
So,
doing okra soup and ogbono.
okra soup and ogbono. So
It's a twist.
okay, is it okra with
are mix-
ogbono
we are
inside or
mixing
ogbono
it.
with okra inside? Which one is
Trust
it?
me, now, anytime I come on, we are twisting, mixing it together. We are giving it another form, another taste, another vibes.
We've done a lot. You've done a lot of prepping already. We can
Yes,
see.
yes.
But let's tell them the ingredients that
Yes.
they need for this.
This is our yellow garlic with eba. Yellow garlic
Okay.
precisely.
Okay.
Our turkey,
Okay.
our okra, okra in a grated way and in a sliced way.
Okay.
Locust beans, onions, mixed fish with pomo.
So this fish. Let's talk about this fish. Which type of fish is this?
This is shawa
Shawa.
monkey.
Wow. Okay.
It's
Okay.
called monkey in English. It's called
Shower. So
I have
I
shower,
know
you know.
shower to have a lot of bone. No?
I have deboned it.
You've
I have
deboned it,
shower,
okay.
I have banla. You know,
In
like
there?
QC like banla.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Like banla is a popular fish. And this is my common.
Okay.
This is my wash. I prefer to use ugu.
Ugu.
Yes.
Okay. As
This is-
opposed to what? What else could you
You can
have?
use any kind of
Leaf.
vegetable, any
Okay.
kind of leaf, any kind of.
So this is what?
Mixture of crayfish,
Okay.
stockfish, the powdered stockfish.
Oh, okay.
Ginger, garlic,
Wow.
cinnamon. Oh my God.
Did you made this yourself?
Yes, I do. This is the secret of the recipe. I need to tell you all. You know,
Okay.
you know
No
me.
problem. Okay. No
And this is
problem.
my mixed pepper,
All right.
rodo, onions, and tomatoes.
Okay.
And this is ogbono.
Ogbono, the blended one. So the secret of ogbono now, those ogbono seeds, the big ones, I noticed that when I blend them down, it doesn't last as long.
You put it in the fridge.
Fridge?
Yes,
Really?
Freezer.
Seriously?
And sometimes we have different species of this.
Okay.
Sometimes we don't buy the original one because they will tell you, you ask them, is this
original
draw one?
Okay. Okay.
Fine, when you get it, just after blending, just go and put it in the refrigerator, either freezer or fridge.
Okay.
But then you put it down like this for 2-3 weeks. Sincerely,
Yeah, good. All right then. So what is the first thing we need to do?
First thing we need to do is pot on fire.
Okay. And then are we boiling water? What are we doing next?
We are not boiling. I have my stock.
Your stock. You have chicken, meat stock already.
Somewhere in this kitchen.
Okay. All right then. You know what? While Chef Butimo brings her stock out of where she kept it, so she's gonna start heating that.
I'm trying to.
And we'll be showing you a lot of the process as we go along. If you would like to try it at home, please use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and show us what you're up to in your kitchen. Bring out all your ingredients and let's get cooking. All right, Mike is standing by for us.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria here for you for a Thursday edition, and Thursdays are all about art. And we're about to have our mini art exhibition, and joining us to showcase her art pieces is Ganiat Abdulaziz. She's a visual artist, and you are welcome. Good to have you here, Ganiat.
Good morning.
My experience with you is that you talk a lot, so don't be shy on me now, okay? Just be yourself. Welcome. Good to have you here, Ganiat. First off, you don't look like an artist. You look like a totally different person until someone or anyone starts to get talking with you, and then they realize, oh, she's a very artsy person.
Exactly.
But welcome. First off, we're surrounded by your art, big pieces, and we can already see what they are. But as an artist, how would you define your kind of art? Is there a specific name or anything, or what? What is it?
I can say it's more like my invented style.
Okay.
Like a coral plant of a thing. Okay, let's talk about this particular piece.
Okay, let's talk about this. Who's this? Which of the boys? Is this Joe Boy, Burner Boy?
No.
Boy? Who is
it? A
it?
friend of mine.
A friend of yours. Okay.
But I did not paint it to look exactly like him.
Okay, you just use him as a reference.
Yes, I painted it to honor every man out there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
So what is the title? What is it called exactly?
It is called Boys Are Seraphic. Like boys are beautiful. They are angelic, they are pure at heart.
Oh, stop.
Okay, for real. Okay, let's see it from this angle. I observe a lot about guys generally. I'm supposed to use male gender, but you already know that. Oh, I'm talking about guys, both male, adult, and younger ones. I noticed that a lot of guys out there, because of the fact that they said, oh, guys are bold, they are big, they have 9 bones, like ladies have 7. They take care of themselves less.
Oh.
It's not that I'm trying to discriminate or condemning anything. Okay, let's say, for instance, because of the fact that female are pure, they are angelic, like the way they appreciate female, they're supposed to be appreciating man as well. Okay, do you actually know that? Jokes about you telling that man also cries.
Oh, but of course I know that.
Yes, they cry behind.
You're talking to a man.
Yes, because I feel, why don't they just let it out? Okay, let's say, for instance, I'm not supposed to be saying this, but I'll say it. This led to a death of someone close to me.
Aww.
Let's say, for instance, not even for instance, he was having ulcer. The ulcer was much, but because of guys, you know, sometimes when you have a headache, you'll be like, oh, it's just a minor headache. The way you cater for female, they cater less for themselves. I feel it is high time for them to appreciate.
You said something about ulcers, and from before the start of the show, I asked you a question that why is it that predominantly in most of your artwork, like we can see around me, there is the use of that plant. Initially, I thought it was cannabis, but you corrected me. That is not cannabis, is it?
Yes.
What is it exactly?
I'm so grateful you asked that.
Okay.
Because majority do ask me, they said, do you smoke weed? There was this exhibition from EcoBank as of last year. I was standing somewhere, some guys are passing, they said, whoa, this guy that painted this must be a weed lover. They didn't even know that it is meant for female.
But that's not cannabis.
No, that is not cannabis.
What is it exactly?
It is called coral plant. Yes, botanical name is Jatropha multifida.
Okay.
So Cannabis has just 7. If you count it, it's just 7, and it has zigzag edges. But this one is more. This is part of my childhood experience.
Okay.
While growing up, I do have cough and catarrh a lot. So there's this leaf at my old house. Then I don't know, maybe they've cut it now. Very early in the morning, after the dew, there's this latex that comes out of the leaf when you cut it. So you extract that latex inside spoon, one teaspoonful, without eating. When you consume it, you vomit everything that is worrying you. It is not as if someone explained to me something that I've used while growing up.
So
and according to my
research, okay, so there's a lot about that. If we continue going on that,
yes, it's good for skin disease.
Why did you feel the need to incorporate it inside of your painting?
Okay, thank you very much. This is it. I feel this falls back into our existence as human. I can't say just human alone. I'll use the word living things because apart from we being human, we have animals as well that are also living things. Okay, this particular leaf is an healing leaf. And I know even being human, even animal also yearn for healing. In a way or the other. I deliberately use it for his face. Sometimes we yearn for healing in our face, while sometimes our head. Sometimes we have a day.
There's always need for a bit of healing.
And I feel...
It also features prominently in these paintings here. I especially love the one with the 2 ladies on the other side. Can you talk us through that? What's the title and what's the...
The title is Bold and Beautiful. That's one. I have 2. The second Bold and Beautiful, I don't have it anymore. That one, I sold that one. This particular piece is in honor of all females out there. I don't paint my work to discriminate or to segregate. I paint in favor of being black because I know even black, white, everybody also needs healing in a way or the other. And this particular piece, you know, apart from the fact that they say black don't crack, even whites don't crack, because God knows how He does His things. Okay, I want these people to be white, I want these people to be black. So this particular piece, you know, I'm supposed to be painting black as well, but because of my surroundings, people that are close to me, we are all dark skin, we are brown skin. So I'm using this to honor all female out there, the boldness, the zeal, everything pertaining to it.
So you said you don't have Bold and Beautiful 1. What happened to that one? You sold it?
No, this is one. The second I sold it.
You sold the second one. So how much do your paintings go for? How do people appreciate it? How much do they appreciate it? It
depends on the collector and the workmanship of it, because this particular style go through a lot of procedures,
How long would it take
layers.
you to put together one?
I can't say precisely because I work in series. There are some that I'm working on. You know, this particular face that you're seeing, I'll first paint it green, like shade of green first.
I can see that.
Then put another layer, then put the finishing.
When do you use when does the leaf go on? Because I see that you have to tear the leaf off of a layer of paint. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that leaf comes on just before, or rather just after you've put on the green paint.
Yes, exactly.
It's very interesting. If only you were in the studio to see it, you'd actually see the mosaic of the leaves as they come off of the painting itself. And it's very, very beautiful. Now, I was going to get you to tell us exactly how much a piece like this would cost us.
It depends on the artist and the workmanship and size.
So we're looking at ballpark figure of what?
If you are talking about Nigerian figure, because foreign collectors also collect my work. Okay,
let's just have the foreign fee.
Foreign fee, it can still go for $2,500.
Okay,
$2,000. It depends, and even more than that.
That's very good. That's beautiful. Now, there's I'm looking at one on the screen. Now, what's that one called? What's that one called that we're looking at on the screen?
That one is called, sorry.
It's very vibrant with the lady with the afro and the leaves again.
That one is Blink of an Eye.
Blink of an Eye,
yes.
Okay. It's actually very, very real. It's almost like as if it's not a painting. It actually initially thought it was a picture with the leaves imposed upon on them. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Now, what are we looking forward to? Do you have like an exhibition coming up or something that's just yours?
Yes, I'm working with one gallery to be precise, but we are yet to conclude on my exhibition day.
And how many of these pieces do you have altogether?
I can't count them, but I've been working because I believe when you work, one day it will pay off. I never relent. So, in fact, I still have like 8 unfinished pieces at the studio. That I'm still going to the studio today to go and continue that one. Can I talk about that blue piece?
The blue piece?
Yes.
You want to talk about the blue piece?
Yes.
Because we already talked
In
about the
honor
pink
of-
one already.
In honor
Blue
of
piece, yes.
every woman out there. Like, I appreciate every woman. When you see female out there, when you see their outfits, then you appreciate them. They went through a lot of effort before getting the outfit done.
I can see that.
You know, I respect and I appreciate female in the fact whereby we open a whole cupboard full of, a whole wardrobe full of clothes and we'll be like, oh, I don't have anything to wear. That's something, sincerely speaking. So when you, especially when it comes to maybe like, oh, one bear, one date that you need to go.
A woman's look is a work of art itself.
Pomash, Yoruba, you know, is a matching outfit, but Yoruba will call it in an English form, to match outfit, because it needs to...
Everything complementing
let's
each
see
other.
how, for instance, like an outfit, you can see everything tallies, like the blue shade and everything. Even the fact whereby she went through a lot to get it done. But you only appreciate what appearance shows later on. So I'm using this to honor every female out there. Both black, white, everybody. We all are real MVP. Like,
Yes, indeed.
most valuable.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
I'm glad that we've had your social media handle reeling under the screen there. So if you'd like to meet her and talk about her paintings, please feel free to follow her on social media. Thank you very much for coming on, Ganiat. Always a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to more of your art. And yes, you can talk plenty. Do stay tuned. We've got more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria for a Thursday edition.
The Wake Up Nigeria kitchen is alive. Something smells good. And Chef Shebotimo is in the building. We've been putting together some interesting twists to ogbono and okra soup. Supertown Concept knows what they're doing, so we're not worried. We're okay. We're all right. We have turkey in there. We have pomo in there. We have, what's the fish again? Mala? No? What's the fish? Mokwe. Shawa. Okay. Mokwe. All right. I just know that there were a lot of bones and now the bones have disappeared, which is what I'm happy about.
Yes.
It's been on the heat for about 10 minutes now, yes?
Exactly.
So what are we doing?
We are putting our okra.
Okra. So this okra, there's two types here.
Yes, so this is grated one. This is the hand cut.
Okay, why both? Why both?
To give it another look.
Another look, okay.
Yes. So I'm putting that one first.
All right, the grated one is going in first.
Then this is mixed with, this is the ogbono.
Ogbono.
Mixed with oil, dissolved.
Interesting.
So I'm
All
putting
right.
it now.
Dissolve the ogbono in palm oil.
Yes.
Straight into the pot with the grated okra.
Yes.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's being turned together.
So dissolving the ogbono with the palm oil, I don't know. I've never seen that done before.
So how do you do it?
So I've seen the ogbono, you know, being fried quickly in palm oil, but dissolving it in palm oil before putting it.
Yes,
in
you
the pot,
can do
I've
it
never
either
done.
way.
Okay.
Either way, but I choose to do this now.
Okay.
So because it won't go, you know, sometimes by the time you are doing it on fire,
Yeah.
the oil keeps getting hotter,
Okay.
and the strength of the blood will keep going down.
Okay.
So
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
so
The okra is already drawing nicely.
Drain like this. So I'm putting
now,
this.
The chopped okra goes right on top. So you know that these are the final stages. All we have now is the ugu
Yes.
and of course the
When
gari.
it's too thick, you can add more water. I'm still going to add water to this because
Okay.
it's quite thick.
Beautiful. All right, so Mazino, the food is almost ready.
It's not like
You really don't need to tell me because I can smell it already.
You can smell it?
Chef Shebotimo is in the studio. It's always this beautiful, homely smell you smell from the kitchen.
Thanks so much for joining us. Those that know me or have probably been watching the show for quite a while know I am in love with reading. I have quite a few books that I still have to get through. And every week we are given new pieces to add to our collection right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, this is a key one, probably for you. You need to stay close and listen to this. Flow Freely offers practical steps to understanding your body as a woman. Perfecta Osararu is an alternative medicine practitioner. She's a women's health specialist. And even more key, she's into pain management. Yes, ladies, I said it, pain management. And she's put together this book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Flow Freely is already a very interesting title. And then you go ahead and put a picture like this on it. So for those that can't see it or don't understand what is on the cover, it is a red feather on a panty liner. It's not exactly a sanitary towel, it's just a panty liner. And that is a very bold statement. Yeah. Why did you decide to go with that as the cover based on your specialty?
All right, thank you so much again. So when I was talking about the cover design with the graphic designer, I spoke to many ladies. I did like a survey. And so I asked them that if you want a book on menstruation, something to help you understand your body, what would, when you see the cover of the book, what would you see that this book would tell you that this is for me? So I told them the title was Flow Freely. And then some of them said if they saw a title Flow Freely, it could be flow through life freely. Okay. It could be flow through anything freely. Okay. But when it comes with that catchy image and the fact that menstruation is something that is oftentimes not spoken about, that it will grab their attention and they will know that that book is for them. And so that's why we took that.
Okay, so there are a lot of women who are probably increasing the volume of their TV sets right now because of the fact that we talked about this. They are going through a lot on a monthly, probably just believing that this is their lot in life. This is what God has basically just given them to deal with, and God will not give them anything more than they can handle, right?
Sure.
Let's talk about some of your patients, clients, maybe some of the stories that you've put together in here that made you put this together. What are the most common cases with women who need to read this kind of book?
Okay, so the most common cases with women is that generally they don't even understand what goes on in their bodies. Okay. So we're just literally bleeding every other month. They just feel like menstruation is just this free flow of blood every month and they just have to go through it. Okay. Another thing they deal with is the pain. So again, they feel like pain is normal and pain is not normal. Pain is not normal in any form because you can attest that as a lady, you know, some female don't experience this pain at all. They can't relate to what it is that you're going through. Whilst other female, they experience it and, you know, it's severe. So one of the common cases that I'm oftentimes faced with is the fact that women don't understand their bodies, they don't understand their menstrual cycle, and they deal with a lot of pain.
Okay, so now can we actually go into what the cycle entails? We know that there's a certain number of days in the month that constitute a cycle. Yeah. Most women know that. They know that they're supposed to count the days of their cycle to a certain extent. But what exactly happens during that cycle?
Right. Okay, so first we'll start with the counting. Okay. Now you said most women know. You know, a lot of women they have a date. Okay. January 5, it comes. Then the next month, February 5. Okay. They don't necessarily count it. Okay. They just have a date that they attach to it. So the first things first would be for them to actually calculate their cycle. So they are conversant with how many days their cycle length is. Am I bleeding for 28 days? Am I bleeding for, my cycle length rather, 28 days? Okay. Is it 30 days? Now, when they understand that, that's when they can move to the next phase, which is breaking down your menstrual cycle into the phases, into the 4 phases. Okay. Now, because if I have a 28-day cycle and another person has a 30 or 32-day cycle, our ovulation days will be different. Okay. So the first step is to understand your cycle length, and then you now break down that cycle length into phases.
So you mentioned 4 phases.
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't think there were 4. I actually just thought there were 2 or maybe 2.5. Tell us what the 4 phases are.
Okay, so the first one, day 1 to 5, using a 28-day cycle, that's your menstruation. Okay. Then after that, you go into the follicular phase. Okay. Right? And it commences typically 7 days after your period. Okay. And then you go to ovulation, which typically happens between day 12 or 14, depends on the cycle again. Okay. And then after that, the luteal phase. So those are 4 phases. Okay. Now, and if you want to understand anything at all, because menstruation is the one singular thing that differs us from the male gender, right? So you need to understand that cycle and then what goes on in it.
Okay, so now I know we're going into some sort of semi-medical terms already. We're trying to avoid that and come back to the book. I do know that you've broken down most of this in your book.
Yes, I did.
And you've done it in a very concise way. How long did it take for you to put this together?
Okay, so I wrote every day for a month.
Okay.
2 hours, 2 hours every day for a month.
Okay.
But after that, I had to wait the next, for like 18 months to put it out, because after I wrote, I had to do research and then, review and all of that.
So I know that most writers have someone they're writing for.
Yeah.
Was it someone in your family that was going through it? Was it someone, or was it actually yourself? Or did you just feel you needed to document all you'd learned?
It was myself. Okay. I had to deal with menstrual pain for over a decade.
Okay.
And it wasn't just the pain. It was the fact that I was losing productive and innovative time.
Okay.
And I was also nursing pains. And then I got tired because I had to, take pain relief medications upon pain relief medications.
Okay.
And I even resulted into getting injected for menstrual pain.
Wow.
It would typically knock me down.
Wow.
So having gotten solutions to it, and I saw many ladies experiencing this pain, again, that is not normal, that can be avoided, and then can even, like, when you avoid it, you can now maximize productive and innovative time.
Okay.
So I took it upon myself to, document about everything, and so that I can help to.
There was something you said a little bit earlier about the fact that basically a menstrual cycle is the only thing that makes us different from men. And now if I sort of delve into the corporate world and women in the workplace who are, should I use the word stigmatized in some cases, based on the fact that they're women, they're not given certain roles, based on the fact that maybe they've made some kind of complaint in the past about something happening during their cycle. They've not been able to move forward into achieving some of their career goals, so to speak. I do believe you touched a bit on that.
Yes, I did.
So let's talk about how women, probably watching right now, can sort of deal with that mental strain.
Okay, the fact that what they go through is oftentimes making them not, get higher roles. I'd say that, first of all, they need to, whenever you're dealing with a problem, you have to reflect on what, when there's a problem, it is, what am I doing wrong, or why am I in this phase? Now, if they're dealing with anything that has to do with their bodies, that can be, that is a solution for it. I would like them not to focus on so much on the fact that it is restricting them from attaining higher heights. Okay. And then they should focus on why the problem persists itself. Okay. So they have to reflect and then they make up for it so that you can better position yourself.
All right. I have to say a big thank you to you for putting this together. Thank you on behalf of so many women all around the world watching right now. You've put together your story and given some solutions in this book. Flow Freely, Practical Steps to Understanding Your Body and Having a Painless Period. Yes, I will say it again. Painless period. She went through something for a decade and now she's no longer going through it. And hopefully this message might just be for you. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.
Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you have any questions or contributions, and we'll see if we can also respond. Stay with us. Let's love it. Lovely.
Welcome. It's our final segment for a Thursday, and joining us now on the couch for a very interesting conversation. You've seen him already.
Yeah.
It's a classical and operatic pop singer. Classical operatic pop singer. Yes, you heard me right. He's also a songwriter and also performer. Okobia, thank God, popularly known as TK, is in the studio here with us.
TK Classic.
TK Classic. Good to have you here, man. Nice one.
You.
I mean, we're just looking at you sing to us. I think you're singing to
me. Yeah, don't worry, sing to me. Don't worry, I understand. I get it.
I was almost falling off the cliff. I'm like, oh, it sounds good. No, don't.
He was getting carried away there.
I mean,
Beautiful.
I was getting carried away.
You were getting. If he says so himself, that was beautiful, man. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the thing is, opera music in Africa. It does feel like, as soon as you hear that, it feels like a lot of roadblocks, limitations, and all that with actually getting your name and your voice out there. How have you been able to manage that over the years?
You're right, actually. It's been like that. It's been difficult, especially seeing that opera, classical music is not exactly mainstream. And particularly in this part of the world, it's not exactly our culture, but all these years, this is what I've tried to do, to inculcate this into the industry, into the culture, and it's beautiful. Opera music is absolutely beautiful, and I'm very passionate about it, and I've managed to introduce this into the system. More people are becoming aware of it, are falling in love with it, and it's been really amazing. It's been a good journey, actually.
Is this something you were taught, or is it natural with you?
I was trained classically.
Trained, okay.
And I would also call it a passion. I was very passionate about it. It's a talent. So the training just, grounded me, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in the fight to take it mainstream, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
In the
go
fight
ahead.
to take it mainstream, are there challenges that you've noticed, or do you think that eventually we'll get that kind of music out there mainstream, like we have Afrobeats and the rest? There are a few people
in
who've
my
done it.
opinion, every genre that has to be out there, every artist who tries to bring a genre out there goes through one sort of challenge or the other. So yes, it's not any different with me and with this genre. So there's been challenges, but like I said again, over the years, I've been consistent with this, and people are really getting to accept it now.
Okay.
And I was able to do a fusion of not just opera and classical music, but pop music. So
As well.
basically doing a blend to make it more appealing to the people in this part of the world. So it's been really good, and now it's now been accepted.
So I can still remember the first time I met you some years ago.
Yeah.
You were all about the tuxedos and the bow ties, and you had perfect haircuts.
Yes.
Now I'm seeing dreadlocks, I'm seeing beads, chain.
I know.
What's happening? Is this all part of the movement?
This is the modern.
This is the modern opera.
Change is one thing they say is
constant.
It's constant, and people evolve.
Okay.
So it's part of it. I'm basically just having fun. I'm expressing myself in not just my music, but my appearance as well.
Nice.
Okay.
So that suited classic man that is not gone. It's
Okay.
still me.
Okay.
This is still me anyway. So I've had the decent haircut all these years.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying this. And
Okay.
it looks good, actually.
It does look good.
Enjoy it
And
now.
also,
until-
I'm enjoying this.
Enjoy
Yeah.
it now.
But the classic man hasn't changed. The
Okay.
personality hasn't changed. The mission, the vision hasn't changed. I'm basically just trying to enjoy myself doing all this. And this is actually part of me too. But when you see me on stage, it's no longer like this. You see the
Okay.
proper classic man. And I'm also trying to differentiate the brand from the
Yeah.
person. They are two
Okay.
different. So I bring them together.
So we need to reconnect that
Yeah,
voice.
we need to
with
hear
this
it
new
roar.
look. We need to hear the voice and the look together and have it on screen. Camera 3 is your camera there. Give us some a cappella things. Give us something.
Interestingly, when you said I was going to do it an a cappella, I said, oh, wow.
Okay.
So it's surprising to know that I get shy when I'm asked to sing.
No,
I get shy when I'm
I
asked
will
to talk.
do it.
you better.
Even after standing in front of many people performing at
Okay.
several events, I still get shy when I have to do this.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'll do it for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, so that's your camera number 3, right there. All right.
Okay.
Do you-
Just imagine everybody naked.
Wow, Mazzino.
This is not what they
He
say.
was trying to get serious.
Does
He
that
was trying to
work?
get
You're
to the
making
zone.
it hard. Now you're making it hard.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
No.
well,
Why
Take
not?
it away.
Why not?
Take it
All
away.
right.
Take it away.
I ain't gonna marry in the fall. I ain't gonna marry in the spring. 'Cause I'm in love with a pretty little girl who wears a diamond ring. 'Cause I'm just a country boy. Money have I known, but I've got silver in the fall, gold in the morning sun, gold in the morning sun.
Beautiful. That's
Okay.
beautiful. What do you put? What should we be looking forward to currently? What works are you working on?
I've been recording for the past 2 years, actually. I've been recording my original music. I've been a performing artist all these years, actually, but now I'm recording original music. And as a matter of fact, I'm making my debut in the industry
Nice.
the 20th of this January. I'm putting
Grand.
out my first single with a music video.
Beautiful. What's it called?
It's titled Better.
Better.
I think that's what we have here.
Yes, that's correct. That's
Oh, we
correct.
can't wait. That's
All right.
beautiful.
Titled Better. It's a classical piece, actually, with a little bit of pop touch to it and
Nice.
some orchestra and all that stuff. Really amazing record.
All right, let's see if we can take a little clip of it later on.
Oh, yes.
But Better.
Yes, Better.
Why did you title it Better?
I titled it Better because, firstly, the song is I was basically just telling my story, my love story with my relationship, my previous relationship. Actually, I did certain things that I would say I'm not exactly proud of, you know, and I basically wanted to be a better person. So if you listen to the lyrics of the song, you can hear it. I'm trying to be a better person. I realized that I hurt you. I didn't even know. Now you're gone. I wish I could have you back. I think about you all the time, basically, and I just want to be a better person. And this is not just me. I think this song will speak to many people because people are serving breakfast. You know, people are serving breakfast, and people are realizing that they can do better in not just relationship but in all aspects of their lives. So the song represents that, you know, especially for we guys, telling our women that, you know, we can actually do better. You know, so that's in summary.
We're going to enjoy that piece just a bit more, and then when we get back, we'll have TK Classic inside of the kitchen to taste some of our beautiful meal for this morning.
Yeah, okay, so from music to food, to amazing, great things. Chef Shebotimo has put together some amazing ogbono and okra with a twist, you know, as she also has some yellow gari there. I know that you were smelling this from outside.
Yes, I could not. I told my team guys that I've been perceived. I mean.
All right, so you need to go ahead, have a taste, and tell us what you think. Quick. Before we sign out, Chef Shebotimo, this honestly, this
you know, I'm an African man. Eba is better with your hands, but that's no problem.
Did you see what he did there?
Let's do this for the camera.
That's a pro. He rolled it with the fork. Wow. I've never done that before. All right, so ogbono tea. She's drawing.
I'll finish it. All right.
So when you cook ogbono or okra, you know how much you want it to draw when you're done. All right. Okay.
He's taking off the sunshine. That's it. We're done for then. We're done.
He's in love already.
Can I finish
it? Go ahead. While you're finishing it, let's say thank you to everybody who's been on the show today and everybody who's going to be with us tomorrow. It's going to be a grand one. For a Thursday, we're saying goodbye, but catch us 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Let me see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.